The Year of Magical Thinking, by Joan Didion, is a memoir that chronicles the year following the death of her husband, John Gregory Dunn, and the illness of her only daughter, Quintana Roo. It is a highly personal story, but one that speaks to anyone who has experienced grief, sorrow, and loss. The book begins with the sudden death of Dunn in his home in New York City. Didion is overcome with grief and finds herself unable to cope, so she turns to writing to help her make sense of things. She wrote her memoir as a way to document her experience of the year after her husband's death, and to help her process the intense sorrow she felt. Throughout the book, Didion examines the physical and emotional toll of grief, as well as the different ways people cope with it. She writes about her struggle to accept the finality of death, her attempts to make sense of her husband's passing, and her inner search for some kind of comfort. She also shares her reflections on how the death of her husband has changed the way she views life and death. Didion also reflects on the ways in which death can bring with it a sense of magical thinking. She explains that in times of grief, people often latch onto the idea of a reuniting in the afterlife, or cling to the hope that the deceased would somehow return. This type of magical thinking can serve as a form of comfort in the midst of grief, but it can also be a source of pain, as it can prevent people from moving forward. The book also touches on the importance of having a support system and of being able to talk openly about one's feelings. Didion emphasizes the need to be able to share one's sorrow with others and to be able to find solace in the comfort of those around them. She also advises that in times of grief, it can be helpful to take a break from things, to step away from the situation, and to focus on taking care of oneself. The Year of Magical Thinking is a powerful account of grief and loss, and a reminder that it is important to be able to accept and process the pain of loss. It is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. That's it. Thank you so much for tuning in.